If you've been paying attention to Nigerian football, you will know that the NFF has been on fraud watch for a while now. And bro, I think there have been a lot of talks about the grants given to them by FIFA and all those things. And I'm not sure about it. But something happened this evening. You get me? I already dropped my preview for the Nigeria versus Gabon match. And we don't need all this type of talks in ahead of a crucial match like this. You get me? We don't need this kind of distraction. And obviously, when I first saw this, I thought it was fake. I swear to God. I swear to my living God, I thought it was fake. A lot of things has gone wrong since this international break started for Nigeria. First of all, it was Iwobi's hotel shenanigan. A lot of talks were like, yeah, it's a good hotel, but the area was not good. Blah, blah, blah. Everything was settled out. Now, according to reports, I first saw this. 2026 World Cup playoff. Nigerian players and officials boycott training in bonus rule. The full squad, including officials, boycott training today in Morocco because of unsolved issue with outstanding payments, awaiting a quick resolution to continue preparation for Thursday game. Now, when I first saw this, I swear to God, I thought this was fake. I swear to God, I didn't believe it. I was like, nah, man, this must be some kind of joke thing. Because if you have noticed, NFF has been on fraud watch. There has been a lot of talks about them. And I think a lot of Nigeria is waiting to pounce on them, including me, when we failed to qualify for World Cup. Because I've said it in one of my videos. If Nigeria doesn't qualify for World Cup, I'm not blaming the players and I am not blaming the coach. I am blaming the board, the NFF, the sports ministers. Now, I first saw this, I was like, no joke. Immediately, for me to scroll down, it was confirmed by Poja. Poja said, Super Eagles and officials boycott training today in Morocco because of unsolved issue with outstanding payments. This is really sad, bro. And then I confirmed it was true. Now my question is, where is the money going? If NFF doesn't invest in our league, they don't invest in facilities for these players, they don't pay the staffs, where is the money going? You watch Nigerian league, bro. Nigerian league is nothing to write home about. Nigerian league is, you can't, yeah. Apart from Godswill Akpabio Stadium, which is, that's the only FIFA standard stadium in this country, first of all. Godswill Akpabio Stadium is the only FIFA standard stadium, and it has its own problem, and it's not properly managed. NFF as a whole, Nigeria national team as a whole, don't have a camp. Nigerian national team as a whole, they don't have a camp. They don't have a gym. When players from France goes to international break, they have a camp. When players from England, they have St. George, what do they call it? They have there to camp. Nigeria don't have it. If you can't provide, if NFF doesn't provide infrastructures, they don't pay players well, they don't invest in our league, they're not organizing tournaments. You saw the stadium they said they built with 1.2 million. Bro, you saw the stadium, $1.2 million. Let's specify that. $1.2 million for that rubbish. See, I could do better. $1.2 million for that rubbish. And when NFF is being asked to clarify on all these things, you're hearing specific purposes, specific projects. What the fuck? Where is the money going? If you are owing players bonuses and you are building nothing because you are seeing no project, NFF is not offering anything to us, to our football. There have been talks about how they embezzle funds, and obviously talks like these are something we don't need in a very serious match coming up. We have a very serious World Cup match coming up. The match on Thursday is going to define whether we go, whether we present in the 2026 World Cup in America or not. And this is not something we need. This is not, I think NFF is at the boiling point. I think the government at this point should involve themselves. Because this is, let's not even talk about, this is a disgrace. A country as big as Nigeria to be getting involved in this petty rubbish, in this kind of scandals and I don't know how to put it, but to be in this kind of position is a mess, bro. The biggest black country, we are the biggest sporting nation. Like, bro, you know how good Nigeria was, and this is not something new. This has been there for times. Like, This has been happening for times. But I think at this point, things are at boiling point. A lot of too many things are going wrong. You see every other nation, every other country, they are improving their football. You look at ours, nothing. Our football, we have to depend on players that we are groomed outside the country to come and help us. Watch our national team. Iwobi was groomed in England. Ola in England. Ademola Lookman in England. A lot of I could list. None of our look at our league. None of our players, none of the players from the league can get into the national team. None of them can compete. They don't have the facilities. The infrastructure is not there. The guy said, NFF is on fraud watch. And the only reason I'm not speaking much on NFF is because I don't have much information on what's going on that side. I'm still trying to understand what is really happening. And I'm still kind of, calming down, waiting to see what happens, the outcome of this 2026 FIFA World Cup. And then we are going to pass on NFF. If NFF because at this point, they are going to sabotage this game. They are at the verge of sabotaging this game. How are you going to owe players? And some people will say, hey, it's national service. Burn that shit, man. NFF get paid from FIFA. They get grants from FIFA. They get grants from CAF. Every year when Nigeria makes budget, NFF gets its own budget. The sports in general gets its own budget. Now, we are seeing no physical improvement. We are seeing no project. We are seeing nothing. There is no hope. There is no process to trust in. There is nothing. Now, where is the money going to? We know where the money is going to. We know where the money is going to. And like I said, if Nigeria don't qualify for World Cup, I need some P45 handed to some people. And I'm not even talking about the coach. Because at this point, I don't think the coach is the problem. The coach is not the problem currently for me. Because the coach is absolutely performing miracles. If you watch when he came in, I think we have been on 5 game unbeaten run. When last have we been on unbeaten run? The coach is literally performing miracles at this point. If Nigeria don't qualify for World Cup, I need some P45 handed to some people. The whole, from NFF president to Minister of Sports to the whole technical crew, everybody need to step down. The whole board, the Amaju Pinnick, every fucking body, everybody need to step down. Because this is a shame. This is an absolute disgrace. This is a disgrace. As big as Super Eagles is, we are getting caught in in talks like this, in rubbish scandals like this. They know they didn't pay players. They pay players. They gave money for stadium. They didn't build stadium. They said money was too much. Rubbish. Other countries are improving. Look at Morocco. Look at Senegal. Look at even Cameroon. Look at our football. We are regressing, bruv. We are regressing. We don't even want to get into the under 20, the under 21. We don't even want to get into them. Now, I saw a video when CB Mobike, the guy that has been on NFF case for a while now, he said that the under 17 female team was paid 100,000 and was asked to provide their medicals and transport themselves to the camp. They are paid 100,000. And you know what's funny? The whole transaction was done from a personal account. EFCC, this is where you guys have to look into these men. You don't go around picking up young boys. This is the real criminals. Look into them. What is happening in Nigerian football is like a fraction of what is happening all over. It's general, but I think this is something. I think this is something, an escape for a lot of us in Nigeria. We escape through football, watch the nation do well. This is an escape for us. This is genuinely, this is a shame. This is a very, very big shame. A very, very big shame. I would have said I'm so disappointed. But, bro, what was I expecting? What was I expecting from these men? This is a shame. This is a shame. And I hope we resolve this and win our match against Gabon. But like I said, and I'll repeat it again, and I'll say it again and again. If Nigeria don't qualify for World Cup, I need some P45 handed to some people. Someone needs to pay for it. Someone needs to pay for it. You get me? So that's the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if there is any updates, I'll be here to update you. You go be.